Alright. First replay. Let's go. Okay, I'm sorry. I know there's a Maxi in my hand. And if I play this Maxi and I win because of it, then I'm sorry. I'll even admit it that my replay is not valid. But it's one of the only ones I have left, so you're going to have to take it. Alright, here we go. We'll speed it up a little bit. Stratos gets summoning. Ash freaking Blossom. We're going to follow it up with a Polymerization. Of course they got Maxi. When do they not have freaking Max Cringe? Alright, Sunrise. Add. Get that Miracle Fusion. Set that book and Prage. Alright, to our opponent. Now, I Maxi you. God damn it. Of course they have Ash Blossom to stop my Max Cringe. But of course, when I needed it, I don't have it. We are booking right away. No cash. Oh my god, dude. Why do they always have plays? But they end. Okay, sweet. So how do we play through this? Holy Book of Duel Links. Miracle Fusion. Escuridao. I guess we just swing and then Anaconda? Pop it? Impermanence. That's fine. That's a 1-for-1. I'll take that trade. That's fine. We're still bigger than your cash. Cash? Money? Get out of here. Alright, 25 to the face. Anaconda. Link it. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Alright. DP with a book? That's pretty good. And guaranteed follow-up. You love to see it. Giga Chad Phoenix Enforcer. Set that Book of Duel Links and pass. Alright, what are you doing, man? What you got? Desires again. Bro, how many cards you got left? 14? Chill, my guy. My guy, you need to chill. Fenrir again. Book that fool face down. Ooh, okay. We're gonna pop that on the activation of the birth. No birthing. You are not allowed to birth. Activate our DP to bring it back. Oh, you know what just happened there? JG did a whoopsie there by accident. I did not let him activate. Although I don't think you can chain to the... Yeah, I don't think we can even chain to the other effect that just lets him special summon. It's just if he... Yeah, we can only chain to the other effect when we use a spell card. So I think that was a fine pop. Unfortunately, he gets to get back the Fenrir, which is annoying. Are we dead? Obviously, I wouldn't save this replay if we lost. Theosis. So he's going to grab that Unicorn. Scareclaw. It's not looking good. How do I not die here? 24, 26, MP2. Red Eyes Flare Metal. Damn, that's... Wait, that's not Duel Links burn, that's full burn. 500 damage? Phoenix Enforcer. We're gonna just swing over, right? Yeah, battle right away. Get rid of that thing. Get that out of here. Get that trash out of here. Alright, now we're gonna make some plays. Malicious. Denier. Let's freaking go. Put it back on top. Crossing that Crusade. Activata. Bring back the Denier. Okay. And our opponent proceeds to scoop because Cross Crusader is broken. Let's go. Alright, what do we got here next? What is next? Who is playing on this royal field? Bro. Rhoda lives change with 2 polys. I mean, that gives us a lot of flexibility if our cards get negated, right? So, ideally, we probably want to start with the Rhoda, but sometimes I like to activate a Hero Lives first because I don't know if they're going to negate it. Not everybody negates this, nor should you. Most people should be waiting for the increase, but I've also encountered a lot of people who just straight up negate the Hero Lives, which then is like, oh, okay, well, that's annoying because I've already made my decision on my Rhoda, right? Like, sometimes I like to start with this because people will sometimes negate it, because most people just don't negate Rhoda, right? So if you start with this, they negate it, then you're like, okay, well then I'll Rhoda for the next best thing, right? Whereas if you start with this and you're like, okay, well, I guess I grab Stratos or maybe Vion, sometimes it's kind of a waste if you go, okay, well, hero lives, and then they don't negate it. So it's a little bit of an awkward hand sometimes in these positions. It's probably always best to just do Rhoda and feel, try to bait, and if they don't, I mean, worst case, you know, you're summoning Vion, right? Or you're summoning Stratos. You've already got the polys. So in my opinion, this is probably a fine play to, you probably should start with the Rhoda, and if you get Stratos and they let it go, that's fine. And if they negate your hero lives, well, you've got double poly mass change. You can pretty much do anything with a Rhoda. So let's see what we do here, because I'm not sure what we do here. Okay, so we do lead with Rhoda. We aren't that terrible. Stratos, then a hero lives. Okay, so we're just going to continue. We're just going to go into our combo here. Yeah, I'm going to summon Stratos again. I'm going to grab Ferris. Yep. So at this point, like, we're pretty much fine. There's nothing that can go wrong other than, I guess, Nibiru. Yeah, obviously the attack position one, just so that way if we want to leave something, into, you know, like Dark Angel on the field at the end of our turn, we're not leaving ourselves, you know, susceptible by having an attack mode monster that they can swing into. So generally always a good idea to make sure that when you're trying to set up Dark Angel, you don't want to leave anything in attack mode. Very important. Okay, so Cross Crusader is going to be our first Link monster we go into. I believe because we just already have everything, yeah, we just add the liquid. So we're going to go for max value here. Yeah, it's going to be Phoenix Enforcer first. Yeah, Denier is going to come back. Going to put back that Mally. Or sorry, put the Dark Angel on top. Yes, because we have liquid, we can actually do the draw 2, discard 1, and guarantee the Dark Angel. So, Polymerization. This will be Sunrise, will be Chain Link 2. Sorry, Liquid will be Chain Link 2. Sunrise will be Chain Link 1. Yeah. Or Chain Link 3 in this situation because of Wonder Driver. Yeah. It's last in the chain. So that way it draws first before we add. Yeah. We're going to reset that poly. Okay, we're going to get rid of the Wonder Driver because, again, we're going to be putting Dark Angel on their field, so we do not want anything in attack mode that could, you know, leave us susceptible. I mean, there's also the play where, because Sunrise is already on the field, there's also the thought process where maybe we could have just gotten rid of the Ferris and left the Wonder Driver, because if he does attack, you just Sunrise pop it anyway. But honestly, why even waste popping a monster, right? That's basically like DPing your DP and your Ferris, right? And then on the next turn, if they go to attack mode, then you have to get rid of the Wonder Driver. So it's like, that's 2 occasions where you're getting rid of the Wonder, you're getting rid of 2 separate monsters to deal with 1. So it just makes sense to do this. If the Sunrise was not underneath the Wonder Driver, then you can make that argument, well, when my DP comes back, I'm going to get a card from the Wonder Driver. So that's, you know, a +1. So that kind of evens the trade where if you do end up popping the Wonder Driver afterwards, it's not a big deal. In this situation, it was the right call to just get rid of Wonder Driver right away. So DP is going to come back in defense. They're floodgated with Dark Angel right now. We do have a Dark Law as follow-up. So here we go. He got rid of our, oh wow, with the Kaiju, and he Tribute Summon to deal with the Dark Angel. Okay, so it's not bad. So again, we can make Dark Law, and then the Dark Law is pretty much protected by the Sunrise. So we're just going to mass change right now. So anything that goes to the graveyard is banished. He's going to bring out a Kaiju, get swinging, didn't read my Sunrise, pop it. Now he swings over the Sunrise. Thrust. He's going to get adding. Okay, so that's going to be Dark Law Rip. Yeah, get that out of here. And the newly added card gone. But he had another copy, so it didn't matter. Wipes our field. 2 Kaijus are special summoned of equal power. But luckily for us, we have amazing follow-up because we kept Miracle Fusion. And Poly was from the hand when we did the Dark Angel Draw 2. And we drew into Fusion Destiny. Not that it really matters because... Are we just waking up our elemental hero? Oh my god, we are. Wake up your elemental hero. How much are we? We are 7,000 plus we draw 2. Holy moly. Send that Shadow. Are we gonna add Honest? Oh my god, we added Honest. I don't even remember this, but this is actually crazy. Dude, back to Honkai Star Rail. Get the hell out of here. 62 plus the burn. Boom! Oh my god, that was actually nuts. I don't even remember that. That was crazy. Alright. Okay, again, I do have Max C in my hand, but I also have Nibiru. You can't fault me for that, okay? Like, these are, you know, these are cards you have to run these cards, you know, in order to, like, not die. Alright, so, everybody runs them, right? Well, maybe not Nib, but Max C for sure. Alright, so Imperm, that does kind of hurt, because it kind of ends our turn. But because we have Maxi and Nib, we live. And that's kind of why I like running hand traps, because this shit does happen, where, like, you draw a bunch of normal summons and you can't really extend. And then if you also don't really have a lot of protection, you're extremely vulnerable. So this puts me in a position where if I activate the Maxi, it makes my opponent hesitant. And then if they say, well, I'm going to take the Maxi challenge, well, then they're going to get Nibiru. So I feel like if you're running Maxi, especially nowadays in the current meta, I mean, you gotta run Nibiru with it. It just always feels good knowing that the Maxi could draw you into this if I didn't have it in my opening hand. And I feel like Nibiru is one of those cards where it's like, you want to see it if you're gonna play it, right? So it's like, you run none or 3. So he's going to, okay, this is Labyrinth setting up the turn 1 hand rip. This could be dangerous depending on what they hit. So the reason why I didn't activate towards this is because I was kind of like, you know what? There's 4 cards in my hand, and I would just much rather have them just hit one of these. Like, primarily, like, legit, I just want them to get rid of the dead cards. I want to make it harder for them to hit my Vion, you know? Give them less options to hit the right card. You know, and if I got rid of the Maxi and then I drew something really good and then it just goes to the graveyard, I'd be pretty pissed. So I'm like okay with most of this stuff just getting hit and going to the graveyard for the most part. Yeah, the Maxi, I mean, to be honest, I think back on it and it's like, well, he special summoned twice. You could have drawn 2 cards potentially, but I think in the end it was still fine because they popped and hit something that just wasn't really strong overall in this matchup. And I got to keep my Vions, which is going to allow me to, you know, basically go in next turn and get going on my opponent's, or sorry, on my turn. So Chaos Angel, banishing the Stratos. That kind of hurts because I do like to have at least my heroes in the graveyard. They set 2 more back row. Okay, so normal summon. Oh, we're going to start with E-Call. I'm going to grab Stratos first. Interesting. Okay, we're going to summon Stratos. They're going to activate the Welcome. Ariana. Okay, we're going to search Ferris. Ariana's going to add, okay, Lady. Oh boy, I hate this deck. Yeah, Lady. So we're going to play Ferris. Now here comes the big Welcome. I believe that's going to revive the Lovely. Yep. Fun stuff. Set that Imperm. Okay. Luckily, that thing's not activatable yet. So now I wonder where are we going here? So non-targeting means we have to just let this go, unfortunately. And it's if they're smart, they will hit our increase, unfortunately. All right, Anaconda. Nope. Oh, actually, this is a play that I was I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty happy with this play. So because we couldn't get to Vion, we still have Vion's effect to send from the deck to the graveyard. And because he left a couple things in attack mode, we can use the Wonder Driver secondary effect for, you know, being destroyed and sent to the graveyard to get this Vion out. And get, you know, potentially another way to extend on top of grabbing our Poly. So, we're going to take the damage. We're going to get our increase back, by the way. And what I love about this play is that even if the Vion that comes to the field gets interrupted, if I send Malicious, then I can banish the Malicious and then use the increase to get another Vion. So Vion's going to get sending. gonna add liquid. Wait, we added liquid? Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah, we added liquid. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because now what's gonna happen is when he flips all this, this doesn't really matter. It was actually, they think they're stopping the polyad, but little do they know. I almost think that maybe this was kind of risky. Maybe I should have just sent the malicious to be safe. But, I mean, the malicious probably doesn't do a whole lot, right? Because I'm locked out of Anaconda. So this was probably my best bet was, yeah, go for the liquid so I can set up a board wipe. Because if they do deal with this, yeah, you know, it does suck. I don't really have a play. That's the thing, right? It's like, if this wasn't Daruma and it was something that got rid of this card off the field, I would be kind of screwed. But the fact that it stays on the field makes the liquid play enormous. But yeah, so it was kind of a gamble. It was a bit of a gamble. I think the safer play was malicious, but at the end of the day, I think the malicious doesn't get us there, right? So I think this is like kind of that gamble you have to take in order to try and see if you can take over the game. So luckily, he wastes this trap. It does literally nothing to me. Tribute. We're going to go get our third. So he's coup clocking in order to activate that infirm right away, I believe. He does not activate the infirm. Why aren't you activating the infirm? I don't get it. All right. Sunrise. We're going to draw 2, discard 1. He's going to infirm now, I think, right? Wait, no. Am I missing something here? What effect did he activate with the coup clock? Did he not activate the effect to... activate the effects? A normal trap set this turn. If you control a labyrinth, his monsters are all face down. I think he didn't realize... He must have not realized that that does not work. And yeah, that's unfortunate, my dude. So... Yep, we got the gas. Foolish Burial is going to send a Destiny Hero Malicious to the grave. That's going to allow us to banish. We can now go into Absolute Zero. And then Absolute Zero with Malicious is going to Cross Crusade Chain blocking the Absolute Zero to blow up the entire field. Yeah, Chainlink 1 Ab, Chainlink 2 Crusade. Wipe it. Whew. That is a beautiful wipe. Tribute. Add the Stratos to the hand for the follow-up. End our turn. I mean, they've got Imperm and they're top decking. And then they scoop. Like, that was an insane... That is like the craziest Absolute Zero field wipe ever. Alright, here we go. Final replay. Well, my deck is definitely different from last season, that's for sure. All right, Maxi. What do we play? Oh, Mikonko. Okay. I'm sorry, it's a Maxi replay, but you know, that's just how it is sometimes. I don't even think it really affects them all that much. I mean, we get 1 card, maybe 2 out of it. We probably trade at best, right? Set 2 pass. Oh my cheeses. Wait, we played Herald and Book of Eclipse? Damn, I'm excited to see how this one goes. It's been so long. We literally just passed. I mean, to be fair, most of our cards are kind of unplayable. And honestly, Mikonko can't do anything if I don't play a monster. So it's probably just better that we just pass on an empty board. It's hard for them to OTK, right? So they are going to Extravagance, draw 2. That's very fair. So before they could get like a dumb Ash Blossom or something, I'm just going to Max C. So that way it makes it hard for them to consider extending. They're just going to say, look, pass, enjoy a wasted Max C. They Max C me right back. I think we take the Max C challenge here, right? Herald. They have to send. Psychic Wind. That's what I chose, so they have to send that. The Ritual's out, but the Ritual doesn't have anything attached to it. We're going to go into Stratos. Activate. Eclipse. Get flipping. Okay, interesting. Bye-bye equip. Not sure why they did that. Blaze Man. I think the whole purpose of that was just to get into the graveyard, right? Yeah, you can, you can banish this card, then target an equip spell in your graveyard, add to your hand. Interesting. I don't know if that really is a relevant play for them. Blaze Man. So the reason why we searched the Blaze Man is we did feel that they could have something like a potential Imperm, and I knew that if I went for Vion with book in hand, that if they do Imperm me, I can't really book and play around it safely. I mean, yeah, you could go for Ferris combo. The problem with the Ferris combo is that it makes me have to special summon more, giving them more cards, which then they could draw into more hand traps and interrupt me and then stop me from killing them. So this is like the quickest route to getting the poly, making Sunrise, making Absolute, and just going in for lethal. So I felt that this was the safer play to play around Imperm and Maxi. Because flipping us face down doesn't matter. We get the poly, we have liquid in hand. Yeah. So Sunrise, activate, liquid draw. Oof. This is tight. What do we draw into here? Mask change is massive because that gives us lethal. That's lethal. But we're gonna thrust for the Fusion Destiny. Oh my cheeses. Now, honestly, this is a slightly greedy because if I do this and they draw an Ash Blossom and then I try to Fusion Destiny and they stop it, that kind of sucks. But Max Change still gets us there. So Fusion Destiny, no Ash Blossom, thank God. Phoenix Enforcer. Yeah, we're gonna go right in. Swing, pop it. 31, 31, and 31. Let's freaking go. Yeah. So that was probably still, in my opinion, the safer route. Because if we did like the Ferris ad and then we, dump the Ferris and go into combo, right? Sending the liquid, that gives them like significantly like 2 to 3 more draws. And I really like when you're under max C, if you're gonna commit to it, you want to commit to it using as little resources as possible and allowing your opponent not to draw too many resources, because what happens is the more they draw, the more likely that they can draw things to slow you down. And Imperm doesn't really matter, but things like Ash Blossom, and you never know what else they're playing. They could be playing Nibiru for all you know, so you have to keep that in mind. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed those replays and those play-by-plays. This is the deck that we ran in the October season. So on October 17th, we made it to Master 1, a 60-card build with high utility, right? Emphasizing the thrust being able to get us Herald, cards like Evenly, Barrier. This was pretty good. This was a pretty good deck. I'll go through it card by card. Dark Angel, essential for these, one-sided Floodgate. 3 Maxi, 99.9% people play these 2 hand traps, like Ash and Maxi, so you kind of have to have them. We got the Vision Hero increase at 2. Normally I like putting this to 1, but just to make sure that we didn't brick because of drawing that 1 copy, which sometimes happens, I was like, you know what? I feel like I've got everything I need in the deck. I can afford 2 slots for this. But I hate playing more than 1 of this card. Denier for the D Hero package, 3 Stratos because it's the best hero in my deck, 2 Shadow Mist, 1 for the starting play, 1 for potential follow-up, 1 Blaze Man. Again, we played 3 E-Call and a Hero Lives, so good utility card to play around Shifter. Also, again, if you're holding that book like you saw in the replay, it could be pretty sick to be able to summon this to grab a Poly without, while dodging in a gate. 3 Vion for, again, max utility, max consistency. 1 Liquid for the draw fodder and the Ab-Zero. 3 Ferris for extenders. D Hero package for, the 2 Malicious. The 1 Honest Neos, the 1 Plasma. 2 Poly. I used to hate 2 Poly, but in a 60-card build, 2 Poly feels nice. 1 Rhoda, 1 Miracle, 3 E-Call for consistency because the deck is thicker. 3 Hero Lives, 1 Herald because of the thrust. We can search this, and it's an Out to Noir, which, again, purely was really strong in the October season. So this card was really good with thrust. It wasn't the greatest to hard draw, but it wasn't bad either sometimes. 2 Defusion, or Fusion Destiny, 1 Foolish, 3 Thrusts, because our deck is kind of like a toolbox, so this card being the focal point of that toolbox. 3 Book, which is a very versatile card. 3 Eclipse, I just wanted to break boards, or I wanted to deal with cash. This also helped with Noir as well. When they chain the trap, you can flip the Exceed down, fizzling the trap. Same thing with the Eclipse. 2 Mass Change, 2 Called By, 1 Crossed Out, because again, we need to high... as much as I don't like these cards, and they seem very high-rolly, you kind of need them. It's kind of like one of those things where like Maxi and Ash and those things happen so often, more than you would think, that you kind of just need them. You know, yes, they can be dead, but they're kind of like a necessary, evil that you kind of need them. And then the D-Barrier for the Thrust Toolbox. 3 Evenly Matched because I needed to break boards. I hate going second and sitting on, just books or just not enough ammo to go in on someone who's got like 5 to 6 interruptions. And just 1 Imperm because it goes with the toolbox. I probably should have maxed out on this, but for the most part, like the Evenlies did put in a lot of work. And I felt like the deck overall was pretty solid as far as like how it ran that season, seeing as we made it to Master 1 in the mid-season. 1 Dark Claw because Dark Claw, not so great with all the cash running around, so 1's enough. 1 Blast, dangerous for consistency. Sometimes you get some weird hands where you just have like Vion, and a single Vion could be a potential OTK if you go second, but if you go first, it can sometimes fix like a really awkward hand by simply making dangerous and then getting Denier into the graveyard, allowing you to then, Cross Crusade and make DP, and so you're setting up a follow-up, but then you're also getting that DP. You're getting something, that could interrupt your opponent, that your opponent has to respect and play around. 1 Sunrise, 1 Absolute, 1 Trinity, because basically Fusion Destiny is so important, and it can also be a really crucial card to winning the game. And when you're locked into Dark Fusions, your options are going to be Trinity and Escuridao, right? And you don't really want to be locked out of all your other elements completely, which is like half your extra deck. So if you don't run anything other than these elements, and you don't have like dark boss monsters, like if you just rely on Wake Up, then the Fusion Destiny might not be as great. So I really do think Trinity still has a place in the extra deck. Does it get cut with Infernal? I don't know, to be honest. Maybe? I probably would consider cutting Blast before I cut Trinity, just because having another OTK machine with Fusion Destiny is still pretty good, or you can cut the Escuridao. But yeah, anyway, that's when we get Infernal Rage. But yeah, 1 Escuridao because we need a Dark under Fusion Destiny. Acid because of all the Labyrinth Fools, we needed that as a potential out with Absolute Zero being on the field, or even just a Liquid Soldier on its own. 1 DP, 1 Wake Up, 1 Wonder Driver. I do want 2 of this in the extra deck, but it's pretty hard to find room. 2 Crusader, Anaconda is very good. It's basically your third Fusion Destiny. It's a great extender too if they cut you off from, going into your extra deck with your hero links, or your Ferris combo. They interrupt that. And then a 1 Decimator, which I used to not like this card very much, but it does come up more than I thought. Having a quick body that you can get onto the field that's big and it can run over stuff, maybe even enable OTKs because of the piercing. But yeah, that is the deck. I actually really enjoyed this. This is more of a kind of like, toolbox with like board breakers, whereas my list for the November season, which will be coming up soon, is more hand trap based. Just because I felt like if I couldn't stop them or slow down them building their board, I just kind of lost. And I felt like a lot of these cards I was running in this season, when I brought it into the November season, just didn't really do as well as I'd hoped. So this build is very different than the November build, but overall, that's kind of what I love about the hero deck, is that, and with Master Duel right now, is that it's always kind of making me make changes and adapt the deck, and try to just counter the meta. And I love trying to counter the top tier decks with heroes, with a rogue deck. It's a lot of fun. The interactions are great. I know that turbo floodgating is a thing, but other than the turbo floodgating, you can do a lot of other cool stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you appreciate the insight. If you want to leave any feedback in the comment section, feel free to do so. I look forward to reading all your comments and suggestions down below. Thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.